Hey everyone, you're now able to sponsor an episode of the actual play. For $10, you can get your name attached to the episode as a sponsor. And for $20, we can do a read of any short message you'd like. Trying to promote your new Shadowrun website or actual play? Want to wish your GM a happy birthday? Head on over to complexaction.net and click the link to the support page. Check out the PayPal donate button on the right and make sure you put your details into the note on the donation. You're listening to the Complex Action Actual Play podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by Stephanie Bartlett. Thanks for your support. Payday and Leeroy run into some trouble at the Little Pig Barbeque. Some of the other patrons decide that these mongrel metahumans are taking advantage of the all-you-can-eat nature of the barbecue buffet. I guess it's time to take this outside. Please enjoy episode 15, Barbecue Showdown.
Yeah, once I get back through the wall, I'm going back to my body. I'll just send Payday a text asking him if his drone's in place.
Payday smiles. He's all full up on barbecue and riding high on uppers. He smacks the table in front of Leeroy. We are in business. Rick, we've got one of them in there, and very, very soon, I'm going to be tracking one of these guys home, and Leeroy's going to do his work over there. We've got this on lockdown.
All right, I'm going to take a nap for now. Give me a call when you guys are ready to move.
All right. So you want to go ahead and have the fly spy do his thing?
Yeah, so my second fly spy, once the day is over and people are clocking out, I'll be just choosing a employee and be tracking that person back to their home.
You're just choosing any old employee?
That's the idea. I don't really, unless Leeroy has.
Maybe if there is somebody we can identify as a custodial engineer, I feel like that might be better because the janitors and maintenance people tend to have free reign over places because they need to get in places.
You got it, big guy. We'll get one of these janitors and that'll be it. Eon, loop the feed to Leeroy. I want Leeroy to see all of this as well. Not a problem.
He's already ordered like seconds for the barbecue, so he's not paying attention.
All right, so you're looking for some janitorial staff.
Yeah. The guys that aren't in the office clothes.
Right, so the janitorial staff doesn't come out until later in the evening, after the main day shift is gone. And give me for your fly spy, go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Sure. For the one that I'm using to track after this person, right?
For the one that's flying around, yeah, in the office building.
Oh, inside the office building. Okay. Sure. When I planned on having that one up and about, I was going to be jumped into that one. So until then, I was just going to have it hiding.
Yeah, sure. Then give me the appropriate. So wait. Maybe I missed something. Are you using the one on the inside to find some janitorial staff?
No, I was going to wait for people to be leaving the building and actually use my fly spy that I've got on the outside to follow that person home so that Leeroy could do his work.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misheard that. So, yeah, late in the evening at around probably 9 o'clock, you would see some janitorial staff leaving the building.
Excellent. I will try to follow one home. I'll keep it well above, and probably sit in traffic with it. Well, I imagine there's not much traffic.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of traffic, and the person that you follow, it's kind of like it's a janitorial service. So the truck, they're in a truck, and that truck goes back to one location, and then a person, like two people, get out of that and get in their cars to go home. And you're just following any old random person?
That's it, yeah.
Okay, so that person ends up going home, and they live in the north northeast part of Columbia, in just a apartment complex.
Excellent. So I will pretty much have it hang out there and look to Leeroy. You're up. You gonna finish that?
Yeah, that's why I ordered it.
When does this place close? Because I feel that we're eating them out of like house and home here.
Well, they would have already, like, by 9 o'clock they would have been closed. Like, they would be closing around 9 o'clock.
Ah,
So we're the assholes who ordered the souffle right at like 8:45.
Well, it's Little Pig Barbecue. You didn't order anything. You got a plate, and people are giving you the stink eye because you've been there for hours and hours eating and eating.
Sounds about right.
what? I got a big appetite.
But yeah, no. If we could do a quick Google on the maintenance company to see how many places they survey as to whether or not that'll give us an idea that whatchamacallit.
Eon nods and I'll do a matrix check for background on them. Only 2 hits on that one.
All right. The company that does the cleaning there is called Spiffy Clean. And you were able to find their just host page, their webpage, so to speak. And it lists, all their accolades and how good of a job they do and all their services. And we service corporate and office buildings and building small business offices all over the Columbia area. And they list, several places with testimony of how great they do.
A shame they don't cover residential, Hector.
You just got told by your girlfriend that you don't clean up.
I think that we've had this conversation before. I'm not sure, but she's not my girlfriend. For the last time, not my girlfriend. All right, there's your information. Go nuts. All right, people, we are leaving. We are done eating. You can go home now.
I imagine they're all just sitting there, arms crossed. They have like all of their side work done. It's literally just us.
Give me a perception test real fast. Both of you.
Payday's really good at this. 1 hit.
3.
Leroy noticed, probably towards the end there, that there are a couple of guys near the door, just some like dudes in t-shirts and jeans and everything that have been talking to each other, whispering and being raucousy and kind of keep giving you guys the eye. And when Payday gets up and makes his announcement, they kind of like jump up and they say, "Is there going to be a problem here or something?"
Problem? What do you mean?
Says you've been here a while. Our friends here say you've been here a while, and I know that your kind likes to eat and all, but maybe
that's cute.
Maybe you should definitely be on your way, but in a nice, quieter fashion.
Oh, you like us little people to just keep it down, make it like a little noise.
Yeah, keep it down at your level.
Eon's like, Hector, no. Look, I just came out to enjoy a little barbecue. Or maybe a lot of barbecue, minding my own business.
Well, we just don't feel like it's very polite for you to be, here taking up all of these guys' time, causing them a lot of trouble.
You're making this take longer than it needs to be. Let us go.
Well, then why don't we just walk on outside then?
Leroy's just gonna kind of sag a little bit. Not how this is gonna work out, but sure. Just shakes his head.
All right.
Can I roll judge intentions here?
Sure.
'Cause I need to judge some of these punks.
You need to judge some intentions.
All right, with only 2 hits, I'm not that judging. But which one of them looks like the biggest bitch?
You'll have to tell me exactly what you mean by that.
So whenever somebody says, "Do you want to step on outside?" that really only means one thing.
Right. You don't need 2 hits to judge his intentions on that one.
No, but I'm trying to size up the group and see which one is like when things start going south for them and what they think is going to happen, which one of them is going to be like, "Guys, come on, let's not do this." Because he's probably in an armbar or something.
They all seem kind of like, I mean, there's the only one that stands out is the guy who's talking as, the de facto, leader, quote unquote, of the group. They all seem like pretty much followers. Nobody stands out as like a Weasley guy or anything.
All right, so it'll just be the guy that's talking.
Yeah. So you guys gonna go outside?
I look
it's
up
either
at
that or
Leroy.
have it here in the place. So we will look down to Payday. Give him I really like this place. I'd rather not wreck up the inside of it. So let's go outside.
All right.
Yeah, the guy who's behind the cash register that's near the door, he says, "Yeah, you guys just take it outside. We don't want any trouble in here. You guys are, by the way, the two of you and these four guys are the only patrons left in the place at 9:15 by the time it is."
I'm still looking at fingers.
How much was our bill?
It was like $12, 12 new yen.
All right, I want to throw like a 50 down.
He says that's not necessary, but I appreciate it.
No, I feel as though me and my associate here have inconvenienced you, and that just won't do. If you excuse me, we're gonna take the trash outside.
He nods and takes it and goes into the back.
Oh man.
I will step outside.
They go outside and they walk over to the where you guys parked, and they say they just stand there kind of waiting.
Well, Leroy's got somewhere to be, so if they don't make any moves to stop him, he's gonna get on his bike.
Well, as you get close to
go
your
to
bike, the main guy is going to step in front of you and say, "I'm not sure where you think you're going."
How many of his friends are there?
There's 4 of them altogether.
All right, just click over here to my sheet real quick. So I probably wasn't wearing my big game hunter here. That seems like it would be very inappropriate for the public area. Do I have my helmet on me, or is that the kind of thing that is normally left sitting on the bike?
That's up to you.
I feel like he has beaten a man with the helmet a couple of times, so he probably carries it.
Yeah, I mean, you could have sat it on the table next to you while you were eating, or in the chair next to you, whatever. He can have it on him, yeah.
So he'll toss the helmet onto his head, begin to buckle it, because safety first. Son, I'm full of barbecue right now, and I would like to go be full of beer, and you're standing between me and my way to get there, so I suppose you should.
Well, it just seems to me that, the kind of impolite behavior that you and your friend engaged in, that kind of thing can't happen around here, and I don't think it can go without unpunished, you know what I mean?
So you're gonna punish us. I'm sorry. I lost a lot of my politeness, my southern hospitality when I was up in Seattle. So if I overstepped my bounds, well, I'll have to apologize.
He says, no apologies needed. And he looks to his pals and he says, why don't you guys grab the short one here?
All right.
And if there's going to be initiative rolled, now would be the time.
Yeah, it's going to be initiative followed by a headbutt.
Man, and Elric is missing this.
Yeah, Elric
Barbecue
would
brawl.
love watching this.
I got a 19.
I didn't even get to wash my hands.
That's good. You just smear them all over your face like war paint.
All right, so you got a 19, and where is Payday?
Payday's got a 10.
All right, then you're up, Leroy. They're obviously moving in to, go and grab the
Be
dwarf.
scum. Yeah, no, that's headbutt time.
All right, who you headbutting?
The man that I was so rudely having a conversation with.
All right.
Can I take like a -4 to basically just break his nose with it?
A -4, so like you're taking a
Yeah,
cold
like
shot?
a cold shot.
Sure.
Because that's my idea. It's like he's like, yeah, get him, guys. I'm like, boom. And
Is
I
that a
go,
called shot for extra damage, or are you doing the run and gun stuff?
I basically just want to mess up his pretty face for the rest of his foreseeable life because he's gonna have a busted nose after this is done.
We'll take it. So give yourself a -4, and we'll call that extra damage because I mean that's what you do to mess up someone's face.
Sure. It's 4 hits then.
I would also say that's edge-worthy because it's, doing something for style.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. So yeah, we'll go ahead and give yourself an extra point of edge for the session.
No, that's going to be a mistake for somebody.
How many hits did you get?
4.
All right. You what's your base? What's the base damage?
So that becomes an interesting question. My strength is 4. Do you want to give me the titanium bones for the headbutt?
Sure.
All right. So then we're looking at 7 plus whatever net hits I got on it. Plus
All
2
right.
for the cold shot.
So modified damage value is going to be 9 altogether.
9 plus hits.
Nice.
Or net hits.
Okay, so he takes a hit pretty hard, and his head, lurches back, and he falls onto the ground or stumbles, onto the ground.
That's my turn then.
That was yeah. All right, the other guys, are like, he's gonna like kind of. Oh, well, he's not going to do anything now that he took damage. Hold on. One of the other guys pulls out a knife and then kind of like takes up a position and kind of like focuses his attention more on Leeroy now, and he says, all right, so it's going to be this kind of a fight, huh?
Can I make a badass quip?
Of course. You got a free action.
Doesn't look like it's going to be much of a fight.
Payday was at 9?
10. Sorry.
10. Okay, go ahead.
So there was 2 guys coming towards me, or one of them broke off now, or is?
Well, one of them, 3 guys were going in to grab you. One of them whipped out a knife, and he faced Leeroy because Leeroy just put their head guy, bloody face on the ground.
Well, Payday will put up his hands, and I love the fact that these guys waited till we were out at our vehicles, because I am going to remote control my GMC Phoenix into the 2 that are coming towards me.
All right.
So pretty much the GMC Phoenix flares up, revs its engine, and we go ramming speed to these 2.
Now, were you already connected to that? I mean, wouldn't you have to? I'm really weak on riggers, so would you?
It's on my. It's just like a drone that's on my.
It's just a simple action to issue a command.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
It would technically be acting on like its initiative since he isn't directly controlling it, but
yeah.
Well, then why don't we add it to the initiative?
Sure.
Does your car have a name?
That is the one that Payday actually has not named his car. He loves it dearly, but it has no name yet.
That's just opening up for other people to assign nicknames to it that'll stick.
Patron
That's what
reward.
I was thinking.
What'd you say, Rob?
reward.
Oh, patron reward. Yeah, name Payday's car.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool. So that would be -10, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it would technically go on a 12.
Okay. Well, it can go next then, but you still have a simple action to issue a command. You have another simple action. Do you want to use it?
I would just want to put a little bit more kind of a distance between me and that guy, so I'm going to use that as a movement. I'm not beyond running.
Sure. All right. The car is going to try to ram these guys then.
Pretty much I'm rolling the hell out of the way.
Yeah. No kidding.
All right, so do I roll pilot for this, or I forget. I actually haven't done this in 5th edition yet, so.
Be pilot plus any auto softs that you have run, since it's not you.
Not too long ago, re-released GM screen on ramming.
How conveniently timed.
Well, Cliff wrote it, so I don't remember any of the rules.
It's not going to be that big of a deal. It's probably just going to be pushing them out of the way because
You
it's
basically
going
make
from-
an attack roll for the drone to drive into them.
Yeah.
As if its driving skill is the attack skill. And then the damage is based on the speed when it hits. I might base that on acceleration and number of net hits or something like that.
Yeah, it's 4 hits, and acceleration for this thing is acceleration of 3.
So maybe you get up to acceleration rating of speed. And then there's that chart, which is on its own page, which is separate from the ramming chart. So if you figure the actual speed that it's going, I would imagine running speed for that speed rating.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, put him over the hood. That's fine with me.
And then, the base damage is based on the body of the car, either multiplied or divided by an amount based on how fast you're going. Let me see if I can find it.
It's on 203. I pulled up the script.
I really didn't plan on ramming anybody.
Okay, so the speed is meters per turn. That chart is on the page before it. So if you have a speed of 3, running speed is 40. So 40 meters would be in the range of the damage values equal to the body of the vehicle. And
Yep.
it's AP minus 6.
So it's the body of the vehicle.
Yep, if it were slower than 10 meters per turn, it'd be body divided by 2. If you got over 50 meters per turn, it'd be body times 2, etc. I'm assuming it doesn't have much of a running start, so at least I'd recommend holding it to the acceleration stat of the vehicle.
Yeah.
But that's kind of just pulling out a rules call out of where. So it's up to you to decide whether that's appropriate.
What's the body of the vehicle?
10.
All right. I'm going to say, since you were pretty close, that it probably wouldn't have gotten up to speed. We'll call it divided by 2 at this point.
It's still in the same range, though, meters per turn. So damage would still be body.
Sure, okay. All right, well, either way, it runs over those, it runs over all of them. I mean, they didn't roll very well, let's just put it that way.
And then you have to make a difficult threshold 2 test for the vehicle to avoid crashing. And the ramming vehicle also has to resist half that damage, but if the armor is 5 or higher, then don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's good there. I've got armor increases on it.
So the three other thugs got knocked down by a vehicle. That as long as you can make that threshold 2 test and not crash, then you're going to be out of combat, and they're all going to be writhing on the ground. If they're even alive. The head guy is bleeding from his face profusely.
Is he screaming in pain?
He's just
All right.
Yeah, I
If he's
got 3
screaming,
hits
he's not
on that.
dying.
So,
What did you say, Payday?
3 hits on the piloting.
All right, then you're fine. You hit him and you didn't crash.
I have no idea what just happened there. I am so sorry. You racist dreckheads. And I kick one of them on the ground.
All right, they writhe in pain, and while the one guy's like rolling around, holding his face, it's bleeding really bad. The door to the front place opens. The door to the Little Pig Barbecue opens, and the owner kind of sticks his head out, and he says, "Look, I just called the cops, so you guys just better be on your way and just get on out of here."
Put my hands up, like, sorry, sir. You understand how kids can get up in arms sometime, as he kind of nods to the guys on the ground.
He says, "I don't want to hear it. Just get out."
I'm going to point down to the ruffian on the ground. Like, if you cost me barbecue, and then just kind of point at him a couple more times before I get on the bike, drive off.
All right.
I will get in my car and change the license plate with my morphing license plate, and I'm getting the hell out of there.
All righty. They don't do a whole lot while you leave, but roll around and groan. I'm gonna take this opportunity, get up and use the restroom and get a drink and take a quick break, and you guys can talk about what you're gonna do since none of you can get a hold of Haley. I'm gonna stop the recording and then start it up. Well, I'll restart it when we get back.
She's went dark.
Alright, so I don't really understand how this whole data steal thing works, but don't we need Haley for that?
Well, if it's going to a host, absolutely do. Eon is useful, but she can't do that.
I forget, I didn't jot it down. How much are we getting paid for this run?
It was 12. I could be horribly mistaken, though.
How much do you think it is? I think it's like $5,000 or something.
Yeah, it's like 5.
Nah, it was a little more than that, because I remember thinking it wasn't going to be too bad as far as like the Nuyen side of things. And then he said what level the host was, and I was like, oh, we got to stop getting underpaid.
7,500. That's what it was. I did write it down in my journal.
I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Alright, and so what do we have to do exactly? We have to get into the building, right? And get to this shielded room, was it?
I don't know if it was specifically shielded or if it was just like an offline storage. I don't remember.
Okay, I guess Elric will ask questions to find out, the technical side, what that actually means for the non-technical people. What do we actually have to accomplish in order to pull off the run? Do we have to get into the place? We have to get somewhere, and then we have to do a thing? Do we have to figure out where we need to go yet, or can it be anywhere in the building?
Don't think we have the answers to those questions yet.
I don't know. Do we continue without Haley? I feel like this is actually her run with her contact, pretty much, right?
If memory serves, we have a huge amount of time to get this job done, so we can do more legwork, and then we can
need
give
to do
her
a lot more legwork. So I guess it sounds like we need to have a team go in. I can take down the spirit, but as soon as we face the spirit, whether I take it down or not, they're going to know that the spirit has been messed with. Other than that, I mean, it doesn't look like they have much serious threat there on site. I mean, there's probably a mage. I can probably deal with them and provide some magical support. Obviously, I'll be going in with you guys.
I can go in if you need me to as well. I don't know how
Isn't it-
use I will be, but
Isn't it better to have you able to duck out to do your drone possession thing?
yeah, I can do that.
You've got like combat drones and surveillance drones. You can kind of keep an eye on things from those, but then also still jump into combat if we need you, right? Do I understand that right?
Yeah, that's right.
You're like a necromancer and you can jump into any of your minions.
I have no idea what a necromancer is.
They make zombies and stuff.
Zombies. I'm like a guy who makes zombies.
Well, yours are way
Elric.
cooler because you're like zombies with guns, right?
Elric, they don't do that in this world. They're
Well, I
forensic
know it's a
investigators.
parallel.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not talking about ghouls. Ghouls are like people, not zombies.
No,
Zombies
not,
are.
not ghouls. Necromancers. They work with the cops. They investigate dead people.
Yeah. Real necromancers are boring.
How are ghouls like people?
They are people.
They're
I'm
like a
just
different kind of metahuman, except for some of them that just go crazy or something.
And eat people.
saying. We all have our bad days.
Everybody's got to eat.
That's a really, really bad day.
Depends
I
on
mean-
which side you're on.
I mean, yeah, the crazy feral ones are one thing, but I mean, there's actual like thinking normal kind of people trying to live regular lives, but they happen to be ghouls, and everybody thinks they're monsters.
No,
But they're not.
it's not. They're all brain eaters.
What? No, they're nothing like that. They're actual like normal thinking people, except for of course they have to eat dead
Brains.
people. Not brains. Well, I guess they could eat brains, but I mean I think that would qualify. I'm not an expert on the subject, but I mean medical waste works. They don't have to eat people all the time. They can eat remains of people that aren't needed otherwise.
Huh.
And they don't have to be like all murdering animals to do that. I mean, like
Oh, the more you know.
all the dreck you metahumans get just for being shorter or having tusks. Just imagine what they have to go through.
Hey,
By the way, as Elric is talking, he's kind of visibly shaking and going very pale.
and Payday actually has a look on his face like he thinks that Elric's joking with him.
After a little while, Elric starts to hyperventilate and just tries to find a place to sit down.
All right, you got me. That was good. All right. So,
All right, I'm back.
listen to this guy. Ghouls are people. Elric is kind of a shaking mess right now.
All
We
the
do
way
have
through
a
with
home
it.
invasion to do still.
It's a home invasion. All right, I tried to come up with something and I lost it.
Yeah, I think we should probably do that at least, I think. And
Because that's going
That's
to be
true.
useful regardless. Because the only thing I think we need to worry about is getting a like I imagine what's going to happen is Leroy will sneak in, grab the dude's thing, bring it out to Payday in the car, hook it up to his cyber deck, copy paste, put it back in the house.
if all goes according to plan.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have a badge for work, and the only time it comes out of my car when I'm not at work is when I forget that I have it in my pocket. I bring it into my part.
Mm.
And I'm like, damn it. So it's entirely possible that it's still in this guy's car.
Yeah, or it's also entirely possible it's an RFID tag under his skin, or some sort of thing built into their comlink.
So I
We're
would have
gonna
probably
find
saw
out.
it, right? Like literally when somebody went in front of me.
I think he said he booped the thing.
The definitely the employees that you've seen go in and out, the Blue Data employees, they definitely have a badge that they use.
Oh, okay, it's a badge. That's good then. A badge is something we can take.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, you had that keycard replicator thing too, right? Would that serve the purpose of duplicating a badge like this?
Who has a replicator?
I thought you did, Payday. Maybe it was a
No.
MacLeod passkey.
No.
I'm getting them mixed up.
I had a wrench once. You might be getting games mixed up.
It must be, yeah.
Well, we can ask people if they can get us a keycard copier, or I don't know, kind of up to you on whether or not Aeon would be able to copy paste, because it is
There's
just
literally a mechanic for it, right? We just need a key card copier. That's what that is.
Yeah.
a rating 6 is 3,600 unions and 8F.
It's a lot more name than I have, and I don't know somebody who can get that sort of thing. Well, maybe Rudolph, but I already owe him a favor from legwork today, so.
Yeah, and I'm like among all of the skills that I have, forgery skills are not one of them.
The thing is, if we can get in the building without setting off an alarm, and kind of get to what we need to do and get that done undisturbed, that's great. I mean, if we end up setting an alarm off on the way out or to fight our way out, that's going to happen. At some point, this isn't going to go smooth. But hopefully we can limit that to just dealing with the on-site security. My best cover for keeping us out of the eyes of the spirit there and to be, less likely to be observed is using a different kind of spirit than I normally use, one that can use concealment power.
Then again, as well, we're kind of doing this tonight, really, as far as everything goes. So, I mean, we could just take the bloody card as well.
Sure,
I was under the
even grab the
we weren't
person.
actually doing it tonight. Oh, that we were doing it another night when we have Haley back.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't mean
think
like
in-game,
tonight. Yeah, in-game.
Yeah, I'm thinking for the in-game time, maybe we just even grab the person. Tie them up or something, ask them for any other information they need that might help us if we have to spoof the system or say a code word or something. I don't know. Maybe a bit of layout stuff, see what they know, and stash them somewhere. Tell them that if everything goes well, we'll pick them back up again and let them go.
Could be a good idea, actually.
It's in their best interest for us to get in and out without causing trouble.
Were there any metahuman types with the cleaning company?
No, not that you've seen. I mean, human.
Right.
I mean, it sounds kind of harsh, but we're not going to really hurt anybody, right? I mean, at least not this employee.
That's the plan, buddy. That's the plan.
I think I need to get one of those, like, ballistic masks or something, so nobody
I
can
take
see
that,
my
I take
face.
that back. There's definitely a mixture of, one of the people that you saw, the person you were tracking was a human, but the other person was an orc that got into the other car. The two people that were in the van.
Oh, wait, never mind. I have a helmet.
No, you need a ballistic mask. Check this one out. I go into my bag and I grab mine and I throw it over to him. And it's a customized ballistic mask. The front of it, the face,
Whoa!
highly illustrated, kind of tattoo-like gorilla face. Now look at that.
That's pretty whiz, man. Yeah, maybe after this run, but I'm kind of broke right now. And I got some mods in my helmet that'll come in handy.
Oh no, I've got those. You have a look through that helmet. You just go ahead.
All right, I put it on.
The helmet has a sensor array in it.
Whoa, look at all those letters.
That's right. When I look at things,
Oh,
when I have this helmet on, I'm looking at everything else. I'm looking at everything.
that's a lot to keep track of.
Meat sight is too. What's the word? It doesn't work when you need it to. That works.
I think I gotta get me one of these. Well, what do you call these different features?
That there's a sensor array.
Sensor arrays. Okay.
Array.
Just
All
one
right.
sensor array. Okay.
Yeah, it's a sensor array. Give me my helmet.
All right. That's pretty whiz. Yeah, you might have to help me do some shopping after this.
Hey, I'd love to.
Then we get some barbecue at that place afterwards.
Oh, I don't know if barbecue will be happening at that place anytime soon.
Oh man, come on! I missed out last time.
Why not? We didn't
You
do
know,
anything wrong.
It wasn't that good, right, Leroy?
He's gonna look at you like, is that the first time you've ever been in a scuffle?
No, but like.
Oh come on,
I
everybody!
ran over
After
those
this
guys
run,
in front of that guy's house,
what?
we turned some racists into a smear on the pavement.
You're the one that escalated it to manslaughter, maybe.
You're the one that bashed your helmet through a guy's head.
And he was alive. You heard him. He was crying on the ground, like looking for his mama.
I almost slipped on his teeth.
You tried to run them over with your car.
They
Oh,
had it
please,
coming.
please tell me you have video of this.
I didn't record.
All right, well, whatever. Back to the job. We'll go to a different barbecue place.
I quickly Google barbecue places.
There's no shortage.
Thank God.
I think there was another one about 2 blocks away.
So we're gonna go ahead with the breaking and entering then.
Let's do it.
Yeah, with the caveat that it's like, we're doing it on the night of the run.
Just gonna go here and look at my sheet and realize a small problem.
We'll figure out what time are we gonna go in then?
Well, I don't think we need to do it on the night. Like, if we just went and copied his stuff and then, like, I don't think we need to kidnap him the night of the run. That definitely puts us into a commitment thing.
Oh, okay, so if you can get in and get his stuff without him even being aware of it, then by all means. But just doing it risks him noticing something's up.
And we'd have to get something to copy that key.
Well,
If we get him to just give it to us and tell us everything we want to know.
can we get somebody to roll versus 8 dice? I can buy a keycard copy. Got one.
Oh, yeah, Pillar can probably find you stuff. Right, Pillar?
You just go walk around looking for a key card?
No, you've got connections everywhere, right? You know where to buy stuff. I mean, you helped me get that badass med kit I was looking for.
We went to a stuffer shack. Yo, I bought that on my sin.
It wasn't a stuffer shack.
Went
it was
to a
mall
highly,
greens.
highly illegal stuffer shack, Eric.
No, this is like a rating 6 med kit, like the top shelf one they had there. Plus extra supplies.
You can find that at almost every store.
Was it
Not the backpack edition.
Was it a stuffer shack in like the real shady end of the end of town?
No, it was in like over there in Mid Heights, with the soccer moms.
Well, whatever the case, you can't find illegal stuff?
I can give it a try.
What kind of girl do you think she is?
My sister.
What are we doing? You me walk around and start asking people for stuff? I can give it a
No,
go.
I wouldn't do that. They'd look at me weird and wander off.
No, I said I'll do it for you.
All right. What are we even talking about? Getting the copier thing?
Anymore.
It's fine, but I just keep my. I don't have any money that I can pitch in.
I don't have a duck either, man.
She spent it all on pizza.
It's been on pizza.
That you didn't
Yeah.
even eat.
I spent mine on medical supplies. I'm down to my last 300. So this Johnson better not stiff us.
All right, so you're looking for a key card copier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I seem to want one.
All right, just if you're going to be looking for it yourself, looking around, you make a charisma plus negotiation.
Let me do an extended test.
Yeah.
Alright, let me know what my hits need to be. Started with 4. Up to 8.
Well, it's usually an opposed test for
Yeah,
negotiation
actually,
versus the availability as a dice pool.
Yeah, that's what I tripped myself up. And you got it anyway. Your first roll you said was 4, right?
Yeah, my first roll was 4.
Yeah, you got it.
I think that takes 2 days to acquire if it's more than $1,000 but less than 10.
What rating are you getting it at?
I mean, I might as well get it at a nice fancy 6.
It's 3,600 new yen. You can get it. Someone on the horseshoe's willing to get it for you. It's gonna come in the next day.
I'll contribute to that. Or do you
Sure.
want to even up when the run's done? Doesn't matter to me.
I mean,
Well,
it'd be
it's
nice
something
enough
we
to get
can-
the whole thing.
Something we're going to need later, but it's not really something any one person necessarily has to own. We could probably all split the cost and have it for whenever we need it next.
Yes, just let's put that in run expenses.
Yeah, you could have Eon keep track of it.
So 3,600, you said?
That's right.
But yeah, I've got nothing I can put up for it right now. I have enough Neon to eat until this run's over.
I can front this thing, and then I'll just collect when the run's done.
Well, you are the proud owners of a rating 6 keycard copier.
Yay.
Just don't let Elric use it.
Right. I also looked at my character sheet and realized I didn't actually have locksmithing. I guess I figured when Leroy
have-
needs to pick locks, he uses his boot.
We use
Do you have 2 karma? Because we have a day.
I don't, because 2 edges is wonderful.
Yeah, I do have a flamethrower spell that usually works pretty well on doors as long as you don't care what the door looks like when you're done.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the idea here is to not let them know.
I mean, I could have a spirit materialize inside and unlock the door.
Or if it's electronic, Eon can just try to get a mark or two on it and open it up.
There we go. We got you covered.
Sure.
All
That's the
right,
plan
so
then?
you guys headed to the janitor's house.
Yeah, first, I'm going to summon a Spirit of Man for 6. And I used Edge and got 6 hits.
All right, that's 5 net hits to drain.
Alright, no problem with Drain. I got 2 optional powers. One of them is going to be, let's see here. Page, Spirits of Man. I guess I'll go with Fear and Innate Spell Flamethrower.
Of course.
Can't have
And-
enough flamethrower spells.
And the Spirit's in Astral Space. It's not going to manifest unless I tell it to. Alright, I'm ready. Got your backup on call.
All right, so we'll sit the typical half a block away and wait for the hackifications upon the door.
Yep, I'll be riding the Phoenix. Is Pillar, are you coming along?
Yeah, good. I'll come with you.
All right. Well, the janitor lives in kind of a rough part of town. It's an old apartment building that's like a apartment complex. You know, these buildings, several buildings in a complex. Each building is 2 stories.
Do we have any idea which floor this guy lives on?
Yeah, you had followed.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Payday knows from following the guy with the fly spy.
Is there an outside like fire escape type thing?
Not really. I mean, each of these little buildings is kind of like it's several buildings in a, like I said, in a kind of a complex, and each building whole has 8 units in it. They're in kind of like 2x2 apartment building, like 2x2 apartments and 2 stories. So there's like 4 in a 2x2 arrangement on the first floor, and then 4 above it. And so each of them has a balcony, but there aren't any fire escape kind of things.
Sure.
There are stairs that lead up to the front door of the upper levels, but that's it.
And which level does he live on?
Lives on the 2nd floor.
All right, so I will wait for Payday to get control of his things. His locks.
All right. So Eon will hover up over to the lock at the door, and I'll try to get a mark on it by hacking on the
Alright.
fly. So she presses her hand to it, and